Hanging water cheers to Laura Rice, the water educator. Enjoy.
Yeah, and can you talk for just a minute, because I know you're an expert on filtration as well. So a lot of people don't even realize the steps. They just know they're drinking tap water, they're drinking bottled water. And just give a little overview of how you think it best suits.
Sure. Yeah. So basically it's a lot of people, they go to the store, they don't really have a select brand of water that they drink, but some people do, right? They only drink smart water or something like that. And I consider them like water connoisseurs in a way, because it's like they're not just buying what's cheap, they're buying what they think is healthy. And so you have people who are doing that, buying like bulk packaging and things like that. And it's just the awareness that not only are you having the inconvenience of bringing this water home with you and having to carry it home, lug these big cases of water home, but you also have water that's been sitting in toxic plastic that is never going to disintegrate. You know, all the plastic that ever has been made on this planet still exists on this planet. And we're looking at a huge crisis with plastic by 2050. And so you have that toxic plastic as well with water that is, somewhat acidic and just definitely not antioxidizing for your health. And so it's really, really important to pay attention to all those things that are happening with these cases and all the money that you're already spending, right? And more important than money is also your energy. You're spending all of this energy within having to bring it home. And it's just absolutely, people don't have the actual awareness with that. And so I find it so important to continue to tell people about how they're already spending this money on plastic bottled water. And the easiest thing they could possibly do is put a filter in underneath their sink, because there's companies here in the US that make amazing filtration. I stand behind the inventor of solid block carbon technology, and I find them to be such a great company with filtration and contamination reductions. We have a board with NSF called NSF certifications, right? So you have these different certifications that these companies can apply for contamination reduction, and they go through rigorous testing, and they have to have all sorts of fees that they pay for all of this testing. And it's when you have a company like that you can trust, and you can put a filter under your sink for 100 times less than bottled water, and you know that you're getting clean water in the convenience of your home that actually meets all of your needs. That is just so much more powerful, because you have a filter that you can drink with from your bathroom sink or from your kitchen sink, but also to brush your teeth with and wash your food and the basics, right? And so it's so incredibly important for people to at least have the knowledge of filtration. And when I really educate on filtration, I go into the depths of saying, like, guys, that's not going to Costco and buying a Brita filter. Unfortunately, we see more bacteria in these Brita filters, 10,000 times the amount of contamination than tap water. Once the filter has reached its level of capacity, which is 40 gallons. And so you're looking at something that if you're not changing it every month, you're pretty much just creating a breeding ground for bacteria. And when you're doing that, it just comes off like, you think you have clean water, but the truth is you maybe have aesthetic removal of chlorine. So maybe you're not smelling it or tasting it, but it's still in the water. So it's one of those things where it's like, you don't really have clean water. And so it's important for people to understand that. And then some people even go to the depths of having like a reverse osmosis system. And with that reverse osmosis system, they are, removing all their contamination, but they're also removing their minerals. And so they've gone to the extent of educating themselves on knowing that, they want to have clean water, and they put the system in their house, and maybe they don't know that the side effects of reverse osmosis can be quite harsh on the body. And so there's all different levels of filtration out there. There's people who are on all different levels of education when it comes to that, or the steps they've taken in their own personal homes. And pretty much it comes down to us just coming in and showing them what's not only the best of, for affordability, but also for the best of quality. And you can get both with the couple of products that we offer with filtration and ionization, or even your shower remineralization. You're getting really the best that there is out there at a really affordable price. And so people love that, and they just need to know more about it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I mean,
before Kangen water came into my life, I was drinking from a Britta and definitely did not change the filter. At 40 gallons, that's not a lot either if you think about it. Like if you're supposed to drink a gallon a day, it's 40 days. You have to buy a new filter, change the filter, keep track of that. It's just insane. I don't know.
Well, but you just don't. You know, life gets busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not because you're not wanting to care for yourself properly. There's just so many things, especially now coming at us, that you know, we can't stay on top of everything. But knowing that it makes it so much worse is really important. You know, like you'd be better off not using it than using an old Brita. And that's important for people to know.
Right. And also don't waste your money on these things, right? Because they advertise a lot of things that aren't what they say they are. And so it's kind of like at a point where, you know, even these bottled waters that are advertising spring water, purified water, you know, it's often through the process of reverse osmosis. And, you know, you're paying so much more for it. And so the average American's spending $5 a day on bottled water. And, you know, you look at how much that prices out to over the span of 15 years or 25 years, the lifespan of our machine. And people are they're buying 10 of these machines, 15 of these machines, just by buying plastic bottled water. And so not only is it like such an inconvenience, you know, and for our planet and for our wallets, but it's just not what we want for our health. And we're looking at these terminologies that are on the labels and we're being a little bit fooled in a sense, you know? And so I always tell people, just don't waste your money on the false marketing, you know, especially some of these brands now that have little red medical crosses on the bottle that is like subliminal messaging for people that, oh, this is really healthy. And so I just kind of feel for the customer. And I always want to let them know, like, you know, I've made the change and it's changed my life and it was money I was already going to spend. And I just feel so good about telling other people.
The episode isn't quite over yet, listeners.
Or YouTubers.
If you haven't given us a like, subscribed, left us a review, or commented on any platform, we would really appreciate you showing us some love here at the Magical Holistic Healing Arts. And remember, Kangen water and our grab bag for the podcast. Thanks so much for listening and stay vibrant out there.